Always gotta start on some stupid shit. God dang it. What even makes that happen? Forrest quit. Good lord. Just absolutely ridiculous.
Sega. Select a file.
Okay. Let's go ahead and go do trial. Action stage.
Select your character.
Everything sounds fine.
Let's get down. Select a stage.
Alright, bet. Alright. Let's go and do Casinopolis. Making myself completely ready. I hate setting up. Okay, Casino Outpost Stage 3. I don't even know why I messed around with this. Just go to the dilapidated way. I might have a little fun. That is wild. I purposely waited so I didn't have to. And there's Stank Sonic. Whoa. Wait, no. Hey. I missed that one. I missed that one too. I absolutely love the Dreamcast conversion mode. So I don't have to go on my way to buy a Dreamcast in order to play the original version. Usually you need to go 400, but let's see if 388 was fine. Alright, bet. At least 400. At least. barely made it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Now the boring stages out of the way. Boring in terms of revisiting. I like um,
Select your
Casinopolis, but eh. I'm far more comfortable replaying the other stages. It's the only one that is the same every time. That it just feels samey.
let's get down.
Because I can play any of the other stages a multitude of times.
Select a stage.
Like Ice Cap. It's a full-on level. I love the pinball part of Casinopolis, but ultimately I like to get this level done and over with.
凍らされても何度かジャンプすれば脱出できるはずよ。
For some odd reason, when I was playing through the scenario, Sonic scenario, I couldn't destroy the enemy I took out at the start when I was damaging myself. Like if I immediately home and attack afterwards, that would happen. For some odd reason, that never happens in the DX version. I want that specific to the Dreamcast version. As I didn't go this way during the story, I'll go this way this time. I took the jump pads because for years I never knew that you could use those. I didn't know that there was an alternate path like that. Mainly because I barely explored like that in Sonic Adventure growing up. Or did I have the explorer's instinct to clearly see where I could go? Because I'm more of a straightforward type of gamer with my level design. I prefer it to be as straightforward as possible. Not to say that the level design in this game is cryptic or anything, but ultimately, I prefer to just get to just like get straight to the point with the level. Having multiple pathways is fine. There's some variety to the level, but sometimes you can kind of fuck with me. You can kind of confuse me.
Ready, go.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I enjoy Sonic Adventure 2 a little more than Adventure 1. Like the straightforward, streamlined level design and game. Oh yeah, you do slip up after a while. I was testing the frame rate there. I did not like that.
Ready, go.
Usually that trailer ring is longer,
この壁
but
にジャンプを
again, DX version. I'm playing the Dreamcast version thanks to the mod. No.
法の技を決めるぜ。
That's what I was looking for. Oh, oh yeah. Be cool, be wild, be groovy. Jinsu no Kenichi Tokoi. Can you ask for a better mix? No, no. Eh. No, I wanted to. I desperately wanted to. Because I didn't do it in the story. Okay. Okay. God, I love that. I don't even know if those can damage you. Yeah. See, I kind of gimped it. If I had passed over it, which I was hoping for, that would have been clean. Overshot it. Ugh. Yeah, it's okay.
Select your character. Let's get down. Select the stage.
Okay, ice cap once again. Start the capsule in 4 minutes.
されても何度かジャンプすれば脱出できるはずよ。
I'm sorry about the tails.
Ready, go.
For years, I never knew that you could do it up until like 3 years ago. No! Failure. Just for fun. Spin that shit. Alright.
最高の技を決めるぜ。
What? Yeah, I love when June is the sound director. Tomoyo Otani's a good sound director and a good composer, but something about June. Like almost pretty much all of his songs, they just work very well for a video game. Like they're very like the way he composes. Okay, my audio was fucking up there. I heard that. It seems to be fine now. Alright, bet. I just may have to restart. I don't think I'm gonna finish it. What was I saying? Right, Tomoyo Otani's a good sound composer, but Jun Senoi, it's like all of his songs are just masterfully composed. Like they're playful. Like the way the instrumentation in a lot of his songs is, yeah, it works for a video game soundtrack. Not to mention his distinct guitar. And of course, the inclusion of heavy bass. I'm not a music guy. I don't really have the proper terminology.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I just like the way that June composes music, and of course the
Select a castle.
his direction overall for each game. Because for Adventure One, his thought process was his thought process for this game was to make music for each individual area. Because in the original Dreamcast version, he didn't, not he, but the Dreamcast always cut out music when you entered a new area in the adventure field. So his thought was make like a second act theme for every level, which was a smart idea. So if you start with like a certain mood in one area, you get a completely different one in the next one, and the song reflects it. Like in Final Egg with Sonic, you start with the Mechanical Resonance, which is composed by Kenichi Chokoi. And the way that sounds is like just a regular like techno industrial type of theme, one that you expect for like an area with a bunch of robots and machines. It's very slowed. It's a very slowed down theme, kind of chill. But then once you get to the second act, then you get the song crank the heat up because then it's more intense. You're getting lower into the bass. You're making progression to Eggman, the big bad. You're finally gonna stick it to him. So it's like the intensity ramps up. And with Adventure 2, sound direction was because the levels are made for specific characters. Like every level is made for specific characters. Um, why don't we just make specific songs and have a specific sound, like a specific genre of music for that character? So, which I think is perfect, especially it really enhances that game's story. Because it really enhances like the player's connection with each character and really defining who they are through the theme songs. Like they're like the main character themes and the level themes. Especially the one with lyrics. And the only ones with lyrics are really just Shadow and Knuckles themes. Cool part. I see. I got the DLC mod one. I guess it's kind of random. Alright.
ここがカート場の入り口か。
Oh, let me see them.
敵を倒せばカートに乗ることができるのよ。
Alright. Not the one I wanted. And you also gotta love when June reuses not reuse, remixes an old theme that he or composed, such as Panic Puppet Zone, and he remixes it for Here in Twinkle Circuit. And oftentimes, those are probably like the only songs of June's that I don't like as much. His Mega Drive themes. Some of them are, yeah, I don't like them nearly as much as the music with actual instruments. Because the Sonic 4 soundtrack, I don't like too many songs in that soundtrack. The way that it is, the way that the instrumentation is, because it's basically trying to pull out the Mega Drive sound font. And I don't like it that much for that reason. I think someone like Naofumi Hataya could do could make music like that just fine, even these days. Because his composition, because Naofumi Hataya's compositions and forces for classic Sonic, I thought were perfect. They sounded just fine. Major skip. Nah, we won't try that again. Because Naofumi Hataya did Ghost Town and like he did Ghost Town. He did one other one that I'm trying to think of. Oh yeah, he did the Eggman thing. He did the Egg Dragoon Mark II theme. That was that shit right there. Both those songs were just so good. But then again, he is the one of the. Never before have I done that. I actually like despise myself for that. But like I was saying, now Fumataya did those two songs, and I think one other one in Forces for Classic Sonic. And God, I can't get my thought out because I'm so focused on not fucking up at the end. He did at least one other song, but those two songs right there, they're proof that that sound file can still be used to good use depending on who's composing the music. And I don't think Jun can do that. Tomoyo Otani can, kind of. I like Otani did the Casino Forest theme and the Chemical Plant theme for Classic Sonic, and those sounded good. But Faded Hills for Green Hill, nah, bro, no. That song is. I know I'm not the only one. That song is butt cheeks. So the caps on 3 minutes. Come here, Nick. Move, Gaylords. How did I get damaged? All right. I had something else to say, but I got so quiet. Oh my God, how? Just how, bro? Don't even make sense. Now to make it back to the Pleasure Castle. If only you could jump out. If only you could. If only there was a way. Actually, no! Oh, God dang it. Oh, pause the game. Alright. Nah, just. Hurry up. Whoa. No! Oh! Whoa. Spin dash. Hurry up. Land. Land. Thank you. Just made it. Who am I kidding? Let's be honest. Just off that score alone, I think. No, technically, that would probably be a. Well, depending on what level it was, it probably would be like a B rank in Adventure 2. He just faded out of existence. All right. I thought he was actually going to approach me and try to hurt me.
Select your character.
Just to change it up real quick, let's play as Gamma, who had a tragic ending in this game, and then not really made a return, but made a return to Sonic Battle, but remodeled, and of course not the real Gamma, because the real Gamma was possessed by the pink bird. Final egg. What the hell? That's all I was looking for. Go with me, douche. I've never noticed that spring nor that platform right there for Gamma to get on that platform, because it's Sonic. All you gotta do is just spin dash up that whole ramp.
Select your character. Select a stage.
Select the stage. I'm more than 150 seconds remaining. Fire. The hell? Did I pass? Alright. I think 150 seconds is 2.5 minutes, because 120 seconds is 2 minutes.
Select your character. Select a stage.
God dang it. Goddamn glasses. Alright. Give me that. Modo change. That will be completed.
Select your character. Select a stage.
Emerald Coastal. Good trophy. 180 seconds. Ouch. Frog? Straight like that.
Select your character. Let's get down. Select a stage.
Let's go and get that speed highway. I see. I see. All right. We'll go all the way down this town. Because I didn't when I was playing the story. You know, I never really thought about it before about which stage in Adventure 1 is my favorite. And I'm only going to restart simply because I hate not going all the way up. Normally, I never fall out there. That fucks me. That was about to say. Oh yeah, my favorite level in Adventure 1. Uh, I would say Speed Highway, and then I would also say Final Egg at Sonic's Final Egg. The entire level, all three acts of it. Final Egg, Speed Highway. Of course, the full stage, like I said, as you know, that you can only experience as Sonic. Red Mountain, Sky Deck. Emerald Coast. Shit, I may as well put those in that order. Let me see. I'll say how did I hurt myself? Whatever. Absolutely absurd. Ouch. Oops. What was I in the middle of talking about? Right. God dang, what's wrong with me? My favorite levels, God dang. I'm actually tweaking. Jump. My favorite levels would have to be. Let me think about it in order. I would have to say probably Final Egg as Sonic, the entire because you get to play the entire stage as Sonic, all three X.
It's okay.
Speed Highway as Sonic, all three X. Um,
Select your character.
Hot Shelter as Gamma, because you get to play through the full stage. Red Mountain as Sonic, and Knuckles. Um, Sky Deck. I really need to think about that. Final Egg, Speed Highway, Hot Shelter, Red Mountain, Sky Deck, Emerald Coast, Twinkle Park, Lost World. Am I forgetting one? Oh, Windy Valley, Ice Cap, and Casinopolis.
Select a stage.
My favorite characters to play in Adventure 1 are Sonic and Gamma. And then Knuckles and Tails. Amy and uh, Big are pretty much tied because Amy barely has any fucking levels. So it's like, it's no different than playing as Big, in my opinion. Because Big, once you realize, if you actually pay attention to the game instructions, and you realize just how simple it really is. Once you realize that the trick to it is just to get a hit every time, just press down on the analog stick, the control stick. And once you realize that, big stages are just as simple as playing Amy's. I say, well, big stages run just as quick as Amy's entire scenario runs pretty quick. She only has 3 levels. And it can be fun. I find it fun. Well, average. It's kind of average, you know. Slower than the other characters. A lot slower than the other characters. And I would play it over Big only because it's action platforming and not fishing. But in my opinion, it's like playing it. My enjoyment of it is tied. Big and Amy are low tier for me. And Tails is only slightly above them because his stages are fun because you get to fly around and basically break the levels. But it's because Tails races. The stages are over with quickly, and I'm incentivized to do so, and I can easily do so because Tails can fly over every goddamn thing, and it's a 3D space, and he flies pretty fast, and he descends fairly slow. So, in a stage like Windy Valley, like Tails' Windy Valley, is very, very easy to speed run, particularly the second act of it. I probably should save my favorite characters though, you know. But Sonic, he some of the best 3D Sonic gameplay. Adventure 2 is tied with its control scheme and the overall freedom of movement, and how well even an average player can skillfully move through the level, because the game is overall designed well, and the design philosophy of both games is shared. It's shared amongst the classic games. Preservation of momentum and incentivizing a higher skill of every player. Incentivizing the player to master the controls and become just basically a god at the game, making it even more fun as with the added challenge. And Sonic levels are well designed, and they have the most. And Sonic gets the most out of every stage because he gets to travel through every stage and every part of each stage. and that's the reason why Sonic's my favorite character to play in this game. And Gamma's my second because he gets to visit certain areas that other characters don't, or the areas that, or say the stages that, like Hot Shelter, much like Sonic, Gamma gets to play through the entirety of Hot Shelter, like every area, except for Bad Taste Aquarium. Except for the aquarium part, Gamma runs Gamma runs through a unique part aside, which is the train, which I love. I love that sequence. I love that entire section. He mainly goes through the entire Red Barrage area. He doesn't go through the aquarium part, which is probably like the only big stage I like. Hot Shelter for big when he's in the aquarium, mainly because I like the way the area looks and how in depth that they went with the area, because they have extra rooms to go into, and you had to go in those rooms to get the big fish for the extra missions, which I will be doing tomorrow. But yeah, Gamma and Sonic get to go to their stages just feel more meaty than the other characters. Although Gamma, you're incentivized to basically blast through the stage just like Tails, like speed run it, especially for the trials. But Gamma, you kind of gotta manage yourself. You gotta make sure that you do not lose out of time. Whereas Tails, you just simply it's no challenge in Tails' stage, barring that you're not a dummy. You just flying haphazardly and falling a lot. But even though Gamma has 5 stages, much like Tails and Knuckles, um, I just like the shooting aspect. I love that about Gamma, and I love that in Adventure 2 with Eggman and Tails. It's just fun. The shooting level is. I love 3D shooters and shoot 'em ups, classic arcade shoot 'em ups. So freely moving in 3D space, and firing away at enemies. That's a catharsis I cannot deny is quite cathartic. And again, I like the way that Gamma's version of each level is designed. Because I like his version of the volcano area. And how you gotta traverse. And I also love I love his Windy Valley as well. I like, especially like once you get the hover, it's like real fun to just hover around the area and shooting at every opponent. The only thing I don't like about Gamma's stages, and I'm not the only one, is his bosses are so trash. Aside from Beta Mark II, all of his bosses are trash. There's one thing that that Sonic Team could have learned from the Rockman series is, well, I can say that and be like in Rockman when you get to the end of when you reach the robot master, they're challenging, but uh, in most Rockman games, once you get the weakness of a specific robot master, most of the time you can just cheat them. There's not really that much challenge.
Select your character.
But if you didn't have their robot master special weapon and you were just uh, using the Mega Buster, then yeah, it would be pretty challenging. That's something that they could have gave each they could have gave each E series robot a specific type of attacks and then change it up. Like in the E, like in the Beta Mark II boss fight, he doesn't do the exact same thing. Um, like he changes up his tactics each time you attack him, which I think bosses in every game should do that. Or if they use the same tactics, they get more intense. Like say the Bio Lizard in Sonic Adventure 2. That's a perfect boss fight. Especially for like the end of the game. Second to last boss fight of the game. Because if they use the same design for boss design for if they use that same they use that same design philosophy for the E series boss fights then that they did with Beta Mark II, then I would probably be fine with it. They would probably be fun boss fights, but they're not. They're just a pitiful trash. I can barely talk about it. It's just they basically just lackluster. That's the only thing I don't like about Gamma stages. Hell, that should be the highlight. Just a boss fight at the end of every level. Could have given each E series specific types of attacks for each of them. Give them three, because it takes what four. They each take about 4 hits until they're completely dead. Man, the frame's really dropping. All right. Jesus Christ. Nah, bro. Ugh. Barely made it. Barely fucking made it. That is sick. 7 milliseconds away.
It's okay.
Amazing.
Select your character. Let's get down. Select a stage.
I feel as though I was like in the middle of saying something. And then like it skipped my mind completely. Oh well. And like an extra point to add to the last thing I was talking about. But whatever. Collect 50 rings. Skip it.
ロケットにはスイッチを押さないと出てこないものもあるのか。
Okay, I was about to say. What the? What? Alright. That was my own damn fault. Why didn't I just kill him? That'd be a fucking pussy and that is crazy. And I did it again. That wasn't. Oh, wow. You know what? I don't even care. Just get me the. Just give me a. I don't even. Absolutely fucking insane. All right. Um. All right. Bet. Once again, I'm selling myself. All right. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, it's okay.
Alrighty. Alright. We're gonna do Red Mountain one more time. And I shall call it tonight.
Select a stage.
Ugh. 3 minutes. Tails! Oh my god. My fault. I don't high damage tails. I'm not even jumping. Alright. Get on. Yosh. Time to go down where the red hot skull resides. Hey you, speed up. Stop. Oh my Jesus. Get on there. Yosh. I got it.
Yeah, it's okay. Select your character.
I would do mission mode as well with this, but I'm just worried about the emblems. Um, yeah.
Get down.
I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's 10:30.
Select a stage.
Gotta get up in the morning, so I shall continue this tomorrow.